Good evening and welcome. Tonight I'm going to be reading to you from this book called A Day in the Life Sharks. What do great whites, hammerheads, and whale sharks get up to all day? And this book is part of my Viewer's Choice series for 2024. It was suggested by CMB, and when I saw it, I was like, yes, because sharks are one of my favorite creatures. They're my favorite fish. And I'm always excited to talk about sharks. So let's get into it. Sharks. Welcome to the world of sharks. And look at this art. It says, sharks are my favorite animals. I've been fascinated by them ever since I was a young child. The more I learned about sharks and their cool superpowers, the more they captivated me. Curiosity overshadowed any fear I had of sharks. Now I'm a marine biologist, someone who studies marine animals, and I get to work with sharks up close. There are more than 500 different species of shark spread across the world's oceans. They come in all different types of weird shapes, color patterns, and sizes. And new species are being discovered every year. As a shark scientist, I spend some of my time on boats observing these amazing animals. We do this research to learn as much as we can about sharks and see how humans are affecting them. Many shark species are endangered. The more we know about how we're impacting sharks, the better we can protect them. My other duty as a shark scientist is to advocate for these misunderstood animals. Many people think of sharks as mindless killing machines, but I strongly disagree. Sharks are intelligent creatures, and their underwater world is full of mystery, excitement, and uncertainty. In this book, we will travel the world and see a different side of sharks as we observe what some of them are up to throughout the course of a day. This is by the author, Carly Jackson. First, let's look at some shark anatomy. Sharks belong to a group of fish called elasmobranchs, along with rays. Although there are many different species of shark, they share lots of common features. Let's take a look at what makes these underwater predators so good at hunting. Down here it says, all sharks are fish, but not all fish are sharks. It's a good lesson. All sharks are fish. Here's the caudal fin. The caudal fin or tail propels the shark forward. Movement in sharks usually starts at their tail. Countershading. Some sharks have lighter colors on their stomach and darker colors on their back. This makes it easier to surprise attack prey from below. The pectoral fin. Like the wings of an airplane, pectoral fins are used for steering. They help a shark stay balanced in the water. Dorsal fin. The dorsal fin helps keep a shark balanced and upright while swimming. Gills. Sharks breathe through their gills. Water passes through them as sharks swim. Blood vessels in the gills absorb oxygen, which is then transported around the body. Teeth. Sharks have an endless supply of sharp teeth, which are organized in rows. Lost front teeth are replaced by the back teeth, kind of like a conveyor belt. The ampullae of Lorenzini. The snout is covered in small gel-filled pores arranged like freckles. Called ampullae of Lorenzini, these pores allow sharks to detect electrical signals given off by prey. Nostrils. Sharks have a very keen sense of smell. The two nostrils on the shark's snout help it detect scents in the water. Eyes. Sharks have pretty good eyesight. The size and shape of their eyes depends on the species of shark and where it lives. And lastly, skeleton. A shark's skeleton is made out of cartilage, the same material your ears and nose are made of. It is a softer, lighter, and more flexible than bone. This gives sharks more buoyancy, which means it helps them float and allows them to move through the water faster. So we're starting at 8 a.m. today, open wide. Sharks have been swimming in Earth's oceans for more than 400 million years. These animals have been around longer than trees. A reason sharks were able to survive for so long is their incredible diversity. This means that there are lots of different types of sharks living across the world. Our day begins off the coast of Ireland, where we come face to face with a lone basking shark as she cruises through the crystal clear waters. Basking sharks are the second largest species of fish in the world. They grow as big as a truck, but their favorite food, plankton, are tiny, microscopic sea creatures. Suddenly, the basking shark opens her mouth big and wide, creating an enormous net with which she can catch plankton. This is called filter feeding. She will keep swimming like this until she's full. So here you can see regular basking shark. It says down here that basking sharks are very slow swimmers. When they're hungry, they go, whoa, and suck in all the water to their big, big mouth. Meanwhile, a nurse shark finds a cozy napping spot under some coral. She plans to sleep here all day. Now it is 9 a.m. Hammerhead versus Stingray. A great hammerhead shark is on the hunt, gracefully swimming through the waters of the Bahamas, a group of islands in the Caribbean. With her tall dorsal fin and sleek, muscular body, she rules these waters. Using her hammer-shaped head, called a cephalofoil, the hammerhead scans the ocean floor looking for her favorite prey, stingrays. She moves her head from side to side across the sand in short, quick motions. Like all shark species, she has special organs called the ampullae of Lorenzini, which are spread across her face like black freckles. These help her detect electrical fields in the water, such as those produced by stingrays. She's like a living metal detector. Nearby, a stingray has buried itself underneath the sand to rest. Ping! The hammerhead senses it moving in the sand and turns to investigate. As the signal gets stronger, she homes in on her prey. She's found the stingray. The hammerhead goes in for a bite. Jump, jump, jump. You can see what the ampullae of Lorenzini look like on hammerheads. It says special sensors cover the shark's face. And the great hammerhead is the biggest species of hammerhead sharks. You can see the stingray there hiding. Jump. Now it is 10 a.m. Speed demons. Out in the open ocean, there's nothing that can keep up a short-fin mako. It's the fastest shark in the world. From its large muscular tail fin to its sharply pointed snout, it's built like a torpedo for maximum underwater speed. This is just as well. The fish this shark likes to eat are no slowpokes themselves. The mako shark begins to pick up speed. Ahead is a school of bluefin tuna, some of the fastest fish in the ocean. With several powerful tail swishes, the shark gains on the tuna. They're fast, but the mako shark is faster. Before they realize the mako is among them, there's a mighty chomp. The school has lost one of its pupils. Look at it go. Whoa. Chomp, chomp. Now it's 11 a.m. Race to the mangroves. In the shallow waters off the coast of Bimini in the Bahamas, a young predator is exploring her new world. She is a lemon shark, born just a few weeks ago. Young sharks are born already knowing how to be sharks. They don't need any help from their mom. This lemon shark just has one problem. She's still small and needs lots of time to grow. Lurking in the shallows are barracudas, predators much bigger than this newborn shark. She needs to find shelter quickly before she's next on the menu. A mangrove forest is nearby. Mangroves have long roots that extend into the shallow water like stilts. These roots can protect young lemon sharks from predators that are too big to fit between them. Our little friend swims as fast as she can toward the safety of the mangroves, hoping to outswim the barracudas. Finally, she reaches the protective cage created by the mangrove roots. She's safe. See, the barracuda's there. Meanwhile, trying to get rid of an itchy parasite on her skin, the basking shark leaps out of the water before slamming down hard. Checking in on our friend, the basking shark. Let's take a look at some shark teeth real quick. Sharks are famous for having a mouthful of big, sharp teeth. However, did you know that not all shark teeth are the same? They come in many different shapes and sizes, all specially shaped to help sharks eat their favorite food. Let's take a peek at a few of these pearly whites. And it says sharks go through thousands of teeth in their lifetime. Here's a great white. Probably the most famous of all shark teeth, these triangle-shaped gnashers have serrated edges like a knife. This helps great whites pierce and tear through tough prey like seals. Here's a tiger shark tooth. Tiger sharks have a wide variety of prey, but nothing beats a tasty sea turtle. The serrated edges and notch in their teeth help tiger sharks grasp and crush hard turtle shells. Here's a bull shark. The teeth and jaws of bull sharks are so strong that they can crush bones. Here's the tooth of a sand tiger shark. The long, narrow, pointed teeth of the sand tiger shark are perfectly suited for grabbing slippery prey. Squid and fish can be pretty slimy. Here's a mako shark tooth. This shark has teeth specialized for catching the fastest fish, tuna. The sharp, pointed shape allows them to grab the fish so they can't escape. Here's a great hammerhead tooth. The slanted, triangle-shaped teeth of the great hammerhead are perfect for catching flat, slippery stingrays. Serrated edges help cut through tough skin. Here's a nurse shark tooth. Isn't that unusual? This tooth is suited to crushing hard-shelled prey like lobsters. The pointed cusps on either side prevent prey from escaping a nurse shark's crushing jaws. And here's a lemon shark tooth. Like all sharks, lemon sharks have multiple rows of teeth inside their mouth. When they lose a tooth, another replaces it. Their pointed teeth make it easy to grab and swallow fish whole. Now it is 12 p.m. Seal getaway. Off the coast of South Africa is an island packed with seals, and they're starting to get hungry. They slide into the surf before separating into smaller hunting herds. Venturing farther away from the safety of the island in search of fish, the seals stick closer together. Their senses hint that danger is nearby. Roaming the murky waters is a hungry predator, carefully watching the seals from below. It is a great white shark, one of the ocean's top predators. A seal falls a bit behind the herd, becoming an easier target for the great white. Attacking from below, the shark launches itself out of the water, snapping at the seal. This is called breaching. Whoosh! The seal narrowly escapes the shark's gaping jaws and catches up with its herd. Together, the seals swim back to their island home. Foiled, the great white will have to try again later. And it says South Africa is the only place where great whites are known to breach, which is why South Africa and Cape Town's number 1 on my bucket list, so I can see this in person. Number 1 on the bucket list. Now it's 1 p.m., disturbed sleep. A couple of snorkelers float above a coral reef off the coast of Belize in Central America. This reef is a section of the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, the second largest reef in the world. The snorkelers feel like they're swimming in an aquarium. The reef is teeming with colorful fish, corals, and other marine life. It is also home to a very sleepy predator, a nurse shark. This shark has found a nice protective reef to take a nap under. She is nocturnal, which means she sleeps during the day and is active at night. Nurse sharks are different from a typical shark. They live on the ocean floor where they rest for hours. They breathe using a technique called buccal pumping, which involves actively sucking water into their mouth to pass over the gills. The snorkelers spot a tail sticking out from under the reef. They swim closer to get a better look. Surprise! The shark senses the snorkelers and is startled. She swims off to find a new space to resume her sleep. Now it's 2 p.m. Hunting with friends. As the clock strikes 2, the young lemon shark is getting hungry. She decides to leave the safety of her mangrove nursery to hunt for food. No more predators are nearby. The coast is clear. She cautiously swims out from the roots into the open water. During her hunt, she meets more young lemon sharks. They might be her brothers or sisters. These young sharks know that it is better for their survival if they form a group and hunt together, rather than try to make it alone. Together, the hungry little sharks swim into seagrass beds, searching for their next meal. The largest of the sharks takes the lead in hunting for small fish. They need to eat as fast as possible so they can grow bigger to be able to defend themselves better against predators like barracudas. And this says lemon sharks are named for their yellowish skin. Meanwhile, a bonnethead shark has caught some lunch. Yum. One of their favorite foods is squid. It seems like this one hit the squid jackpot. It is now 3 p.m. The walking shark. The afternoon brings low tide in Australia. An epaulette shark has been waiting for this very moment to begin his hunt. Low tides temporarily drain ocean water from the coast, causing rock pools to form. These are small pools of water trapped in the rocks. Rock pools are the hunting grounds for epaulette sharks. A few hours ago, he was underwater, swimming among the rocks. Now the epaulette shark is completely out of water, but he's just fine. He can survive out of the water for up to 3 hours. Instead of swimming, he begins to use his large flappy fins to walk around the rock pools, searching for his next meal. With his pectoral and pelvic fins, he pushes himself forward and wriggles his body from side to side. The shallow water of the rock pools makes it easier for him to trap and capture prey. There's no way they can escape. Look at him go, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's read about some shark habitats. Sharks have adapted to live in a wide range of different places, from the cold, dark depths of the ocean to warm and shallow tropical waters. You can find sharks in most aquatic habitats around the world. Let's take a peek at a few. Here's the open ocean. Miles offshore from coastal areas is the open ocean, stretching for miles across the globe. It's called the pelagic zone, a seemingly infinite expanse of blue. Sharks who live here are called pelagic sharks. These sharks are always on the move. They travel thousands of miles with no land in their way. Coral reefs. Coral reefs are like underwater rainforests. They are the most biodiverse marine habitats in the world. With a wide variety of prey to eat, many shark species call these beautiful underwater structures their home. Kelp forests. Tall green and brown seaweed called kelp makes up dense underwater forests found in chilly coastal waters. Kelp provides cover for stealthy sharks who are hunting for a meal. Here are mangroves. Mangroves are trees that can live in salty water. The tree roots of red mangroves creates a habitat for small animals in shallow, warm water. This habitat is important for baby sharks and artificial reefs. Shipwrecks, fallen planes, and cars. Artificial reefs are made of human-made structures like these that have wound up in the ocean. Over time, fish, sharks, and other animals move in to artificial reefs and make them their home. They are great places to go snorkeling. 4 p.m. Battle of the Predators. rivers. The great white shark is the ruler of the ocean, scared of no one, right? Wrong. Still frustrated by his inability to catch a seal earlier, our great white is cruising in his hunting grounds off the coast of South Africa. Maybe he'll have better luck finding a meal this afternoon. Alas, he's not the only top predator in the area looking for a tasty seal to eat. Suddenly the shark senses something that fills him with dread. A far-off sound, but an unmistakable one. A pod of orcas. Orcas, also known as killer whales, are large, intelligent predators that strategically hunt in groups. They grow much larger than great whites and are even known to attack and eat them. The great white's instincts tell him the area is now dangerous. He changes direction to make a swift exit. Since this area is no longer safe, the great white probably won't return to these hunting grounds for up to a year. What's it say over here? It says, orcas target great whites for their protein-rich livers. Yeah, orcas are vicious. They're very violent animals. 5 p.m., hooked. Cruising through the open ocean in the late afternoon, the short-fin mako shark picks up a scent nearby. Her eye catches sight of a fish suspended in the water. She can't pass up this easy meal. Chomp. She takes a bite, but wait. Something is stuck in her mouth, and she's being pulled to the surface. Bobbing above the water on a boat are a group of marine biologists. They're hoping to attach a satellite tag to this mako shark so they can track her movement across the ocean. This will teach them about her behavior. The biologists bring the mako alongside the research boat, making sure she is comfortably in the water and able to breathe. They quickly take measurements, blood samples, and a small piece of skin from the shark to analyze in the laboratory. Back on land. Lastly, the satellite tag is attached to her dorsal fin before she is released. Relieved, she makes a speedy exit. It says here scientists use a special circular hook to catch sharks. It's safer for them. And satellite tags can last for years, and they don't disturb the shark. Look, she's up here like, oh. But here she is swimming along with her little tag on, so they can track her. "6 p.m. Shark babies." The part of the song they don't talk about. In the southwest Atlantic Ocean, a large sand tiger shark slowly swims through murky water. With her mouth and a permanent grin, she reveals rows of sharply pointed teeth. Her stomach is big and round, but not because she's full of food. She is pregnant and will give birth to baby sharks called pups in a few weeks. Inside her are 2 organs called uteruses, and in each of them there is a deadly battle taking place between her pups. She began her pregnancy with a dozen pups, but now there are just a handful left in each uterus. The siblings have been eating one another. The mother shark's stomach is a cannibalistic battleground for the siblings. The largest pup in one uterus begins to eat her mother's unfertilized eggs, growing even bigger than her siblings. She needs to grow large enough to fend for herself when she's born. Only the strongest shark in the uterus will survive. And it says because the sand tiger shark has 2 uteruses, she'll give birth to 2 live pups. It's really unique in fish to have live young like that. At 7 p.m. we have an unusual shark. Swimming in warm waters off the coast of Florida is the smallest species of hammerhead, a bonnethead shark. He quickly moves along the shallow seafloor, wiggling his head from side to side as he scans the sand for crabs or squid. Having no luck finding dinner on the bottom, he swims toward a seagrass meadow to continue his search. There are many small animals living among the seagrass that the bonnethead can munch on. He finds a small crab and takes a bite. Tasty, but he's still hungry. so for his main course he nibbles on seagrass. Bonnetheads are unlike any other sharks. They are omnivorous, which means that they eat both meat and plants. Yummy seagrass is the perfect addition to this bonnethead's dinner. Let's take a break to look at shark skin. Shark skin is made of microscopic teeth-like scales called dermal denticles. They make their skin feel like sandpaper. Like sharks themselves, not all denticles are the same. Different species have different shapes that serve cool and unique purposes. Here's the nurse shark. Nurse shark, this one. As you've seen, nurse sharks like to nap underneath coral and rocky reefs. Flat, thick, and tough tentacles protect nurse sharks while they swim among these sharp structures. Here's what a tiger shark's tentacles look like. Tiger sharks have very pointy dermal denticles. These protect the sharks from the rough, sandy seafloor and prevent pesky parasites from attaching to their skin. They also come in handy against bites from other sharks. And here's what a mako shark's tentacles look like. Because mako sharks have to be fast to catch their prey, their dermal denticles are sleek and narrow. This helps the shark slice through the water at high speeds. 8 p.m., the nurse shark begins her hunt. As the sun begins to set above the ocean, the nurse shark awakes from her second reef bed. Although her sleep was disturbed by snorkelers, she still managed to get a decent rest. As the moon rises, the reef becomes quiet. While lots of fish head for safe places to spend the night, the nurse shark's day is just beginning. She uses her large wing-like pectoral fins to push herself out of her resting spot. Slowly, she glides along the seafloor, looking for a meal. It's dark, and she can't see very well at night, but this nurse shark doesn't need to see with her eyes. Whisker-like barbels under her nostrils help her feel beneath the sand, searching for prey that may be buried. She picks up a scent and senses a conch, a type of large sea snail, moving ahead of her. She swims up to it, and with a movement of her powerful jaws, creates a powerful suction. Slurp. She sucks the conch right out of its shell like a vacuum cleaner. Then she uses special teeth designed for crushing shells to eat the remains of the conch before heading out again over the seafloor. At 9 p.m., it's dinner under the stars. The ocean reflects a night sky full of shimmering stars and the bright moon. A gentle giant is feeding just beneath the ocean waves, blending in with the brilliant sky. It is a whale shark, the biggest fish in the entire ocean. Growing as big as a school bus, he feeds on the smallest animals in the ocean, plankton. These tiny microscopic organisms are pushed along the ocean surface by wind and ocean currents, and they're at the very bottom of the food chain. You can see what they look like here. Like the basking shark, the whale shark filter feeds. He doesn't have teeth to chew his food. Instead, he swims with his mouth wide open, sucking water over his gills. Plankton are then trapped by filters, which act like a mesh net. Hours will pass by as he feasts under the stars, eating millions and millions of plankton until he feels full. 10 p.m., hiding from danger. As night falls, the tide is returned to the rocky coast of Australia. Ocean water washes into the rock pools, and the area is once again underwater. No longer on dry land, our epaulet shark has switched back from walking to swimming. He makes his way across the rocky reef looking for a place to rest. Spotting a nice-looking nook, he uses his pectoral fins to walk across the sandy bottom to check it out. Walking underwater is much easier than walking on land for him. Suddenly, his senses tell him danger's nearby, so he tucks himself underneath the first bit of coral he sees. The epaulette is not the biggest predator around these reefs and could easily become someone else's dinner. Sure enough, there's a big fish called a grouper prowling the reef. The epaulette shark squeezes tighter into a shelter, hoping the predator won't notice him. He'll wait here until it is safe to leave. Look at that big old grouper compared to the little epaulette shark. It says there are 2 high tides and 2 low tides every 24 hours. 11 p.m. Nighttime cookies. These are my least favorite shark. They're really creepy. The late night brings out some peculiar looking marine animals. One of those is the small but mighty cookie cutter shark. As the moon rises, he emerges from the cold, dark depths of the ocean, making for the surface, his hunting ground. This little shark shows off his big, circular-shaped jaws full of razor-sharp teeth. He's looking for a nice, blubbery animal to take a cookie cutter bite out of. The cookie cutter uses his bioluminescence on his body to lure prey closer. He has glowing green eyes and a glowing belly. Look at this guy. What? An unsuspecting dolphin swims into the area. Although it's many times larger than the cookie cutter, it's the perfect prey for this shark. The cookie cutter swims close and latches onto the dolphin, sinking his teeth into the thick blubber. Living up to his name, he rolls his body around and carves out a cookie-shaped piece of flesh. He'll hunt a few more times over the course of the night before returning to the deep ocean. And that's how they feed. Isn't it creepy? Ugh. Meanwhile, the sand tiger shark has given birth to 2 healthy pups. The pups are big and strong after eating all of their siblings while inside their mother. They're now ready to take on the ocean. Well, that's the end of our book. So thank you so much for watching. Oh, I think there's one little thing. Yeah, I like this. It says, to the little black and brown girls like me who are passionate about marine biology, know that you belong in this space and deserve to be here. Follow your dreams and don't let anyone tell you what you can't do. Alright, that's the end of our book. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational, and I hope that you have a good night. Good night.